channel. Welcome back to All Things Faith, Love and Purpose, and welcome back to the final episode of the Better Together love series. And today I am joined by an amazing couple, Boipelo and Sipho Mbadaliga. Like, I had to practice listening because it's a tongue twister, but they are such an amazing couple. They are also YouTubers, and I believe that we're going to learn so much from them. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into the next let's get right into the conversation. But before we do that, don't forget to press that subscribe button and like this video right now, because I am pretty sure that you're going to enjoy it. Let's go!
First of all, thank you so much, Kioratile, for the honor of being on this channel. We love it. We absolutely love it. And we are so excited to be here.
Absolutely.
So who are we, babe?
Who are we? I'm Sipho.
And I'm Boipelo, and we are Boipelo and Sipho Mbadaliga. We've been married for 1 year. We've been married for 4 months, but we've been together for 1 year and 4 months.
Yes. So, do you want to tell the story, how we met?
Okay. So, I had an Instagram live, guys. It was during lockdown. And I was like, you know what can I do with my time? And so I was praying and I was like, you know what? Maybe I should do an Instagram live on like holistic health and wellness. So I did an Instagram live, and my best friend was like, you know what? Have posters, have a video promoting yourself and whatever. So this other girl who we both know, who Sipho says this girl had a crush on her.
She did.
Actually shared those posters and videos. And then Sipho was like, this girl. What were you thinking at the moment?
No, I was like, I didn't even think about the other girl. I was like, hey, who's this girl now? And then I went to a profile. I was like, okay. Then I started scrolling down, started seeing a post. I'm like, okay, now she seems like my type of girl. So then I sent her a DM saying I love what she's doing and stuff, and then I'm gonna tune into every single episode, which I did.
Yeah.
And then so after DMing her, we started chatting. So I DM'd her, and then she sent me like this long paragraph.
No, that's because he sent a long paragraph. So I was answering to every single thing that he was saying. And he was even like, hey, I see you went to UCT. I went to UCT. I see you're a child of God. I'm a child of God. And I was like, he's definitely using UCT and God like in his favor.
Yeah, but the fact remains, you responded with a paragraph. And that's what made me see that you were also interested in me. And then so we started chatting on Instagram. We chatted for weeks, and then we went on to WhatsApp. From WhatsApp, I was like, okay, we hadn't at that time we hadn't met physically. I think we started talking in May, and we hadn't met physically. And then you had to go back you were in Pretoria at the time. Then you had to go back to Cape Town for school. Then in September, I was like, okay, now we need to meet physically. So I went.
Guys, the boy booked a ticket to Cape Town, booked an Airbnb for 7 days, okay?
Yeah.
So to all the ladies, if he wants to, he will, honey. If he wants to, he will. Indodamas, fly to Cape Town to meet his girl. So
So I went to Cape Town, and then we met, and then we had a first date there, and then I was there for a week in Cape Town. Like, we're seeing each other like every day after class. She'd come, and then we'd spend some time. Yeah, that's how we met.
Yeah, and like for our first date, I was like, oh, like, can we get there like at 5 so that we can have like nice pictures and stuff? And he was like, no, don't worry, that's sorted. And the boy booked a whole photographer, and we weren't even dating. So this photographer was like, he was like, so how long have you guys been together? And we were like, that's awkward. We're not together yet.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. And also you skipped the part where, like, when I was still doing the Instagram live before we met, the person who was supposed to speak on finance let me down. And Sipho was like, oh, like, I'm an accountant. I can come speak on your Instagram live. So he actually spoke on my Instagram live. And that's where my mom was like, this is my son-in-law, guys.
And all my friends were like, dude, this girl is into you.
Nah, bruh.
And I could see it as well. Like everyone was like, no, this girl, these guys are literally having a date on Instagram in front of all of us.
Yeah, but that's the story of how we met.
First impression.
So because we met on social media, my first impression of him was that he's educated. Because I was going through and all I could see was like grad pictures, and also he's family oriented because there were pictures of grad with his mom and like stuff. So I was like, okay, he seems educated and he seems family oriented. And also there was that you posted that article of News 24 of like them saying he was he had a tough year and then he still passed, and this resilient guy. So I was like, okay, Mr. or like educated. Yeah.
I think my first impression, first of all, was beautiful.
Okay.
I won't miss that one. I mean, I won't leave that one out. So yeah, that was my first impression of her, because that's what I saw in the video, and then I went to the pics, and then I saw her like she'd be someone posting about God. So I was like, okay, she has that element, that important element. Obviously, she's beautiful, but there must be that something that keeps you there in the relationship. So she has that thing of posting about God, and then I saw that she's also family oriented. I saw a few pics of her mom and her brothers and stuff like that, and I saw that she's generally a person who's like fun as well, because I could see on her stories. I went onto her stories. I was like, okay, she seems like she's fun as well, and she's educated. So yeah, I think that was my first impression of her.
So on the trip, at the Cape Town trip, he planned like a formal date for us. So after, was it the day of the photo?
No, it was on the Sunday. I arrived on the Saturday. The photo shoot was on the Sunday. Yes.
And then we started dating on the Tuesday.
Yes.
So while we were there at Cape Town, we were like going on dates, like picnics at Kirstenbosch. Like every single day, we had like a plan. So he would work during the day, and then when his work day is done and my school day was done, he would fetch me and we'd go on a date, and then he would drop me off and go back. So on the Tuesday, he was like, you know what, like, can you be my girlfriend? And then I was like, me? Really? Sure. And then he was like, I love you. And I was like, okay, that is a little bit too fast.
Yeah, she was like, okay, thank you.
No, I genuinely was like, that's a little bit too quick. So I don't think I said it.
Yeah,
like, I didn't say it until like when you were leaving, because you were like, I feel like I'm saying I love you and you're not saying it back. And I was like, is this guy demanding me to say like I love him back? But eventually I was like, okay, cool, I love you too. Like, I'll bomb, sure.
That Tuesday she wasn't.
Okay, I think like when we were communicating, Sipho would tell me about his values. But I was like, this guy might be selling himself. Like, he might just be selling himself too much. But when I met him and I could see the integrity and the consistency, I was like, this is the guy I want to spend the rest of my life with. And that's when I realized I'm in love with him. When I met him and I could see that who he sells himself as on the socials is who he really is in real life. That's who he is in person. And his values aren't shifting. And specifically the value of purity, because when we met, I was like, I was heavily on it, on that bandwagon, and then I was like, yeah, he says it, but will he do it? And when he's booked the Airbnb, it's so easy for him to be like, come over, sleep over, let's chill, let's do this. But he was so strict, and he was like, it was his value and he owned it, and he was so consistent about it. That's when I was like, if someone can protect his purity like that, he loves himself, first of all. And he loves his God, secondly. And he'll love me well. So that's when I realized that I'm in love with this guy.
Sure.
Wow. Not easy. That's all I can say.
Easy. So I think I want to say this first. Then you'll say.
Yeah.
I was in this church at UCT, right? And I got this conviction to wait for marriage to kiss. But I was like, that is so big. There is absolutely no man on earth who's going to want to wait for marriage to kiss. So I told my leader, and I had seen it from my leaders who had done that before. but I still prayed about it and everything. And I told God, like, I want that guy, my guy, to tell me first. I don't want to be the one to bring it up. So anyway, so when Sipho and I met, when we were talking on socials, even before we met in person, he was like, you know what, I actually want to wait for marriage to kiss. And I was like, what? Really? That's like me too. So that was like, we both wanted the same thing from the get-go. But that didn't make it easy. Like, you can both want the same thing, but it doesn't make it easy. But you will succeed. Like, if you both want the same things for the right reasons. So that was our communication. I feel like the communication and you saying exactly what purity looks like to you, exactly what sexual purity looks like to you and for your relationship is important, and you guys agreeing as well. So that was our journey in the beginning. So
and I actually, like, in my previous relationships, although I don't have exes, right, because I've cancelled all my I have no ex. So in my past relationships I never had that conviction, like kissing before marriage. Obviously the sex part of it, I had that conviction, but kissing and doing all sorts of things, I never had that conviction. So, and then I was like, okay, I got to a point where I was like, okay, let me try this thing out. Then I asked her, like, what's your thoughts on this? Then she was like, I feel like, you know, one should wait for marriage to kiss. Then we were like, oh, we actually on the same path, basically. But so that's how we actually protected it throughout the relationship.
Yes,
like we
until our wedding
day. Literally wedding day, and that's the reason why the viral kiss.
Oh my god. People went in hard. I was literally like, can we just baby kiss? Like, that's it?
There's no way. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way. So that's like literally the first kiss we had was on our wedding day, and that was so special to us. So the celibacy journey, it shouldn't feel easy because you are attracted to this person. You are really attracted to this person, and you shouldn't feel like you are bad or dirty when it's hard. It is gonna be hard. So we did have boundaries in place. We didn't, we restricted sleepovers and stuff. That was like, we're not doing like sleepovers because that's dangerous.
It's very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Yeah, you're playing with fire. So sleepovers were like no, and then kissing. We weren't doing kissing, and then we just like I always say that at the end of the day, the guy is the one ultimately responsible because when Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden, right? The tree was there. God told Adam not to eat from the tree. And then Eve is the one that took the apple, ate it first and gave it to Adam. But when God called them, he didn't ask Eve anything. He asked Adam. So at the end, even though it was Eve's fault, Adam was ultimately responsible. So as a guy, you are the one that needs to set the boundaries. Because the guys are the ones that normally, when it comes to these things, if the guy wants to have sex, normally sex will happen. If the guy is the one that doesn't want to have sex will not happen. So having those boundaries, like sleeping over, like the way you dress, like it just depends on you, like what is hard for you to resist, basically.
And also, I think accountability, because we definitely let the people in our lives know our goals. Like, we let our parents know, we let our friends know, it wasn't a secret that this is what we're doing. So they were keeping us accountable. And like, when we'd feel like, oh my gosh, now it's like getting hard to not kiss, we'd literally be honest about it and talk about it to our, like, together and to our family as well. Not our family, but our friends. But we were connected to people who really supported us and who supported the celibacy journey. And we are friends with people who are doing it. So it didn't seem weird or odd or anything like that. So that's been our celibacy journey. Not easy, but definitely worth it, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God.
You're such a big role, eh? Such a big role.
He's been everything.
Yeah. I think from the beginning, right from even before we started dating, I think we included God in everything that we did. Like, we prayed about our wedding, we prayed about every single thing. And I think even now when we're married, it's like we including God even more and more and more. And I think just following God in everything that we do, like putting God first in everything that we do, has really helped us.
Yeah, I think for me, I think of the scripture that says, unless the Lord builds the house, they labor in vain, those who build it. Like, there is no house without God building it. And that's been literally the foundation of our lives. So for me, God has played a role in firstly saving me, and for me in like us both waiting for marriage till this point. It's been His grace, like literally. So just our intimacy with God separately is how He's played a role, being central in our lives and even in our marriage, like Him keeping us in like hard times, arguments or whatever. We always come together at night to have devotion. And so it's that thing of like crying out to God, like, and He's just been our keeper, our sustainer, individually and collectively, before marriage and in marriage.
Yeah. Yo.
Did I know?
She thought you'd get married at 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally that was the conversation.
I got married at 22, guys. Yeah. So I was like, bruh, when Sipho and I met, I was like, listen, I have to have my master's before we get married. Like, that is a prerequisite.
She thought I'm going to slow her down.
Yeah, I was like, this guy, like, I'm not ready for that. Okay, obviously, when I started getting to know who you are, like, but I think I knew I was ready when Sipho and I started, when I moved to Joburg, because we were dating long distance for like 2 months or something. And then I moved to Joburg. So from September, we started dating in September. So September, October, November.
Yeah, you were in Cape Town.
I was in Cape Town. So 3 months we were like dating long distance. But when I moved to Joburg, which was in January, and we started like seeing each other every Sunday, and I started seeing like how this guy lives, how I live. I was like, actually, I could do this marriage thing with this guy. Like, I could do this, like, forever and live with him. Because also, like, he had 30 minutes. It was a 30-minute trip to 30-minute trip back. Like, it was just too much. We were just, like, tired of it at this point.
Yeah.
We totally dated at a certain time. Come with, there was curfew. Yeah. It was just a mess. So we were just like, actually, let's just cut all these, like, these logistics are not working for us.
Yeah, I think for me, when we started when I was talking to her, I realized that this is the kind of person I would wanna marry. Yeah, and that at that point I just felt ready. I just felt ready. Like, I don't know what came into me, but I was just like, no, this is the person I'm marrying. And I asked her, like, when she wanna get married? She was like 25. I was like, nah, that's too far. Then I was like, maybe 24. And then 24 became 23.
Oh my God.
Then we stuck at 23, but then we got married 22.
But also, I think another thing that made Sipho ready for marriage was the fact that he saved for Lobola in varsity. Yeah. He was already like done, so he was just waiting for his bride. Like, he had saved for Lobola. So by the time we even started talking, he had money for Lobola. So I feel like that, because for guys that's a big thing. Yeah. So I feel like that also made him more ready. Like, yeah.
They were like, are you ready?
Yeah.
You know what marriage is?
Yeah.
How old are you then?
I'm 26 now. Okay. So I got married at 26.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So they're like, like,
don't you want to play a little bit?
Yeah. Some of the guys are like, hey, you must first play around. I'm like, no, man. Yeah. So it was quite a shock to them, because I'm like, we've only been dating for like a few months when I told them that we're getting married. So it was like a shock because when did I jump? 4 months into dating, I was like, we're getting married.
Yeah.
So it was a big shock to them, but I told them that we did premarital counseling, we did all of this, and when they got to see her, and then when they got to see us planning the wedding, that's when they got excited about it. Like, it became like a thing to them. Like, okay, no, they're actually getting married. Yeah. So it was at the beginning. Obviously, they do it to protect you, so they were like quite shocked because we were very young as well. But then when they started seeing the wedding planning, guest list, all these things, then they were like, hey, this is it.
Yeah.
Now they're like more excited.
Yeah. And I think for me, they were asking me, am I ready domestically? They were like, Onyoguira masters, like, where are you going to find time to wife? Like, are you ready in that way? And I feel like I'm glad they asked me that, because it got me thinking, because now I am doing my master's, and I'm just like I'm glad that I got to think about it and really be sure that this is what I want to do even during this time. So now my family was like, are you gonna manage? Like, are you gonna be able to juggle all those things. Come get a YouTube channel, but yeah. But at the end, my like everyone loved Sipho. Like everyone loved Sipho. So they were like, if this is who you're marrying at 22, then you're safe.
Yeah. I think with me, I love the way she serves me, the way she takes care of me as a guy, because that's a very important thing for me. Like, she will make food for me and bring it to me. Like, you as a guy, that thing is so, like, it's so amazing.
It's honor, basically.
Yes, the way she honors me. Yeah, actually, that's the word I wanted. Yeah, the way she honors me. And honor and respect is sort of like the same thing. And you can't love a guy. You respect or honor the guy. Like, guys receive love in the way you honor and respect. So the way she does that for me is, it's so amazing. Like, she'll go out of her way to make me feel like, she's serving me. Like, she'll ask me what we want to eat. Like, those little things that she does, the way she speaks to me, the way she honors me is so amazing.
Aww, cute. I think for me, it's his heart. And I always say this, like, Sipho has the most genuine, big, loving, and kind heart ever. Like, he will literally, like, lay his life down for me. Like, I'll be like, oh my gosh, babe, I have an interview at this place. And he'll be working and have a deadline at 12. But it's like 10:20 and he'll literally rush to take me. No matter what time, I'll call him and be like, oh, this is what I need. Like, Sipho does it at all times. Like, and he loves genuinely. And he's just who you see is who you get. And he has good thoughts about people. Like, he thinks well of others. And he wants the best for others. So, like, his heart, he's so loving.
Wow. Wow. That's an interesting question. I see myself with her and our 3 kids.
4 kids!
No.
4 kids! 2 girls, 2 boys.
No, 3 kids. I still say 3 kids. So I imagine, us being in a loving marriage with children who can be like, these are our role models. Because like, it's so big for children to have their own parents as role models. So with them having us as their role models and us doing so well individually and collectively, so in our careers and collectively in terms of our own ministry as well, because we do have a ministry, which is our YouTube channel for now. That's our ministry. So doing well in that aspect as well, and being that couple that draws people to Christ as well, because people are drawn to Christ by what they. It's not the laying of hands and everything that really draws people to Christ. It's the fruit of your journey. So yeah, us drawing people to Christ in that way.
Yeah, I see that. Like, I see that for us. I see us doing well in our careers, like in our studies. Having a great marriage, like writing books, marriage retreats, hosting marriage retreats, having like a great community of friends, like, and just still being in the great, like, loving church that we're in, but really like having a wholesome life, like where every aspect of life is great, it's wholesome. Fun,
yeah. Fun, vulnerable.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Fun, vulnerable, and what else?
Devoted,
yes. Yeah.
Yo! Ooh! I feel like it's taught me that I'm more human than I think. Like, I am so flawed. Like, I am so flawed. And what I need most is grace and patience. Like, that's what I need most. Yeah, it's taught me that I'm very flawed, but it's also taught me that I'm loving and forgiving.
It taught me that I'm not such a great communicator. Yeah. That was a learning
curve.
Yeah, learning curve for me, that I'm not that great at communicating how I feel. So it's been a journey, but I think honestly think that I've improved a
Yeah,
lot.
you're doing well.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so communication is one area that it showed me. And you know that they always say communicate. But when I got into marriage, I was like, hey, this is what communication is. Like, you have to literally, like, it's like undressing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it showed me that I'm not such a great communicator, but I'm improving a lot.
Ooh.
Hey, that it's not like the movies.
No, I wish I knew that. Oh no, that's gonna be too vulnerable to say. Okay, but I really wish I knew before I got married that the first night together
Yeah.
is not like the movies.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's what I wish I knew.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
I really wish I knew because
Yeah.
I had like such great expectations, which is not like
Yeah.
maybe I shouldn't say this actually, but I had like, you know what I'm saying, and I feel like
Yeah.
like when you grow, I feel like I wish I knew that it gets better with time. That
Yeah.
aspect gets so great with
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's for me. It's not like the movies. In the movies, they're always happy. It's like a fairy tale. Obviously, it's still our own fairy tale, but you realize certain things about your partner. Like they have their own flaws. So you need to be able to love them despite all those flaws. So I think I wish I knew that there are days when you need to, like, it's work. It's work. So it's not like a Romeo and Juliet, right? It's not Romeo and Juliet. It's work. It takes work to make it work. But at the end, it's really worth it. Yeah.
Oh wow! I think I would I'd say, put Christ at the center. Like that scripture that I mentioned. Like, unless the Lord builds a house, you labor in vain if you're building it by yourself. Like, build your marriage on Jesus Christ. And then I would also say, find a great community. Like, marriages shouldn't be isolated. Find a great community. If it's friends, young married friends, or like go on to Instagram. If you like a certain couple, ask them out for coffee. Like, in your church, find other young couples who, you know, have similar values to you. Like, find a community.
Yeah. I would say surround yourself with people who think positively about relationships and marriage. Because, like, we live in a society where there's this negative stigma around marriage and stuff, and which, like, it's sort of like the spaces that you put yourself in. I don't believe in the law of attraction, but there's a certain sort of, like, I don't know how the world works, but when you surround yourself with people who have something that you want, it sort of comes to you in some or other way. So surround yourself with people who think positively about relationships and marriage. Yeah.
And I would say continue to love and respect. Like, as a man, love your wife, and as a woman, respect your husband.
Yeah. Love and respect. Those are the two most important things.
Yeah.
Two most important things.
Oh wow.
One thing you want to tell a partner. Ladies first.
Okay. I want to tell you that I'm so grateful that you married me and that I married you, and I really honor and respect you, and you really are the man of my dreams. Like, everything that I dreamed of, you are that and even so much more, and I'm so excited for our future, and just I love seeing you grow and just being with you and walking in this journey with you.
Oh wow. You know, I don't like unprepared speeches, but no, I'm really so honored to be your husband. Literally everything that I wrote down when I was praying for, and I'm so glad, like, she's literally the first person, you're literally the first person I prayed about.
Sure.
Right? And literally everything that I prayed for when I was asking God, you literally ticked every single box that every single thing that I had, on the list. Like, you are a smart girl that I want. Don't cry.
I'm not crying.
Yeah, I'm like, you're like the smart girl that I've always wanted to marry. You're the beautiful girl that I've always wanted to marry. You're the girl that cooks for me. It's such a big thing for me as well. You're the girl that honors and respects me. And you're the girl that loves me the way I want to be loved. And see, like, I've seen how much effort you put into our marriage, and just in terms of how you want to always know how to love me better. It just warms my heart every single day knowing that I married you. And the fact that you're so beautiful. Like, I get to wake up to this face every single day, and it's such an honor for me. And you have such a beautiful heart, and the way you make me want to become a better man every day is so amazing.
Thank you.
So yeah, guys, I hope that you enjoyed that as much as you did. One thing that I took from that was have couple friends, and I think if I'm sure my husband will agree, this will be our new couple friends because they are so amazing. We learned so much from them, and yeah, the story is so inspiring. And to think they've only been married for 4 months, but the inspiration, you guys, it's too much. But as you might already know, right now it's about that time whereby we're going to play a couples quiz. So without wasting any more time, let's just get to know them Mbadaligas more.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so the first question is, who made the first move? Obvious. This one I think we got from. And then, who is most likely to start an argument? It's always the lady. Like, with all the
Mara,
Yeah.
let me tell you. When I will provoke, and
Ah.
then Mara, when I started, Mara, oh provoke.
No,
Never.
Always extra like that. Who is most likely always late? Who is it?
You
Sipho.
Both.
You crazy.
Guys, Sipho blames it on the fact that he has to wash
Who
his hair
was
every
late
time
today?
he
Who was
showers.
late today for this?
Both of
Who
you.
made us late?
We were both late.
But who was done before?
See, okay, Sipho showers long,
Yeah.
and then I get dressed long.
So
Yeah.
the
It's-
both
it's
of
both
you.
of
us. No.
Both
It's both
late.
of
us.
It's a couple's thing.
Yeah,
No.
thank you.
Who is most likely to say I'm sorry first? Sipho.
Yeah.
Yeah, the humble one.
Yeah, Sipho's humble.
Who is most stubborn?
Wait, yeah.
It's
You,
Sipho.
Yeah.
yeah.
Who eats the most?
Definitely,
Sipho. But
definitely.
it doesn't show one of us.
Yeah, you know.
Like, guys, if I had Sipho's genes, I would chow, like, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
The struggle of being a woman.
Yo. Yeah.
Who is better at buying gifts?
At buying gifts.
Arule. Let her answer.
Yeah, let me answer.
Yeah. Ring lights.
Okay, yeah, Sipho.
Sipho.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Peer pressure to my husband.
Ah.
No, he bought you a gift, Ning Ning.
No matter, I'm the
just
one who
because-
buys
Better
better
gift.
gifts.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Is that your love language?
Yes.
Oh.
That's my thing.
Okay.
But at least one of us.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Right? Who remembers the important dates?
Wait, what?
Yeah, we both remember.
So
Is he most
Important
likely
dates.
to
when
forget?
did we start? When did we start talking?
On the 23rd of May.
Oh.
Oh,
2020.
Babe,
When
when
did
did we start talking?
When did we start dating? When did we...
On the 8th of September, 2020.
Yeah.
So both of us.
So
When
both
did we
of us.
start talking?
When did I get engaged to you?
It was 30th of
That one she's not
Of
gonna
what?
forget.
30th of.
You see?
Wait.
You forgot your engagement date, girl.
Wait. 30th of March 2021.
What was
Of March. Speed.
What was it?
30th of May. You see, I all
engagement day.
you. I'm touched. We'll talk about this in the car.
Someone is getting
Oh my god.
tonight.
After school is after school. Dear. I'm sorry.
Who dances better?
Please ask people to dance right now.
Okay,
Please.
no, this is not lying.
Yeah.
He's being honest about it. Who's more organized?
Yeah. I know this is.
We're
It
not
looks
gonna
weird.
everything.
Yeah.
You want to just be
Okay.
honest.
Yeah.
You want to explain yourself to my guy.
Oh.
Who cooks better? Okay, this one I think
Yeah.
is obvious. Who spends more money?
Ish.
It's always the woman.
Yeah,
It's
no.
a woman thing. Like
Yeah,
you
no.
guys just have to be strong. And lastly, who is most social? I think I know this one. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's obvious.
Yeah.
She brings a vibe.
Yes.
But thank you so much for joining us, you guys.
Thank you
Thank
for
you so much.
having
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I thought you done.
I'm still doing my outro.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She brings up.
Like, what?
You haven't stopped the video.
No, we had all of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us, you guys. We had an amazing time. You guys are such a fun bunch. And you guys can follow them on their YouTube. Now, you guys, they have a YouTube channel, Sipho and
No. Boipelo.
Boipelo
Yes.
Sipho. You can follow them. They have amazing content. And if you watched this far, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again next year, maybe for the Better Together Love series.
Cheers, guys. Bye.